everybody, it's Gail from Gail's Bookish Things. I'm just going to show you real quick, you know me and real quick, today a few inks that I was given samples of from my friend Kim, and I just commemorated that here. I'm starting to get to where when I get samples from people or I order them from a pen company or ink company, whatever, I'm trying to remember where I get them. So I'm putting on the side where some of these have come from. These two I ordered from Van Ness. I talked about these the other day, but there those are again. The Vinta Fortaleza, it definitely has a shimmer when it's swatched like that, but you know, again, a little bit subtler with the writing, but I can see it even with this finer dip pen there, the quill pen. Anyhow, the three that Kim sent were the Kaweco de Chypre. Not sure how to pronounce that. And I'm wondering if this is the Rusty Anchor one from J. Herbin. I can't remember the translation. French was my minor in college, but it's been a long time, so I have to brush up. I'm really liking this though. When I swatched it just a little while ago, it went on super saturated, and as it's drying, or I guess it's dry now, there's this green shimmer to it, as well as these little, what I'd call like a golden or bronzy, golden is better, coppery, that's the word I want, little sparkle effect, shimmer, and it's just really pretty. I did this with my dip pen, again, my Moonman dip pen. So the writing is super broad there, broader than any of my pens write. And then this one is the Caran d'Ache Storm. Forgot to put my D there, that's funny. And this is from Pure Pens. This is this, I don't know how to say this at all. This is like Welsh. So the CWN Idval, and this means like a low-hanging valley or something like this. And this is a word from a Welsh and something, I forget, but anyway, like a name, a reformed version of an ancient king's name. So that's super cool. That is that went on absolutely beautifully too, and it's dried similarly, just not quite as wet looking, of course, like a teal with a reddish pink sheen to it. And in the light you can see that on the lettering. I wrote with the same thing here with this Pure Pens ink. So it's got a real neat effect. But I had the thought, I mean, I have all these pens inked right now, and I always say I don't like to do that, but I've been comparing several, so it's kind of worked out. This one I'm keeping regularly inked because it's a very fine tip black and it's good for notes. Then I just put in here, I'm getting sidetracked, aren't I? I put this Vinta Lati in here so I could compare it in a TWSBI and in a Kaweco. But anyway, so my Golden Espresso Kaweco broad nib is going to be inked up with the Kaweco de Chypre. How do you say that? Chypre, I think. Anyway, I thought that would be kind of fun because this is, well, you know, it's like coffee colored, but it's got a gold undertone to it. I thought that might be a way to, a fun way to try out this ink in a little bit more writing. Everything feels really great with a dip pen because it writes so broad, so wet. You get the shading, you get the different qualities of the ink a lot more readily. But I want to try it out in this. So, and then let me show you, that's that on those inks. So I just want to again say thank you to Kim for sending those. I'm really going to have fun playing around with them. And I'm just starting with this because it hit me that it would be fun to put in that because they seem like they belong together. But let me just show you what I have. I was writing again here with my dip pen to use up some of the ink on the tip. So that's why that's there. But these are all my currently inked pens. So in the Kaweco and in the TWSBI, I have still the Vinta Lati or Sea Kelp color, which I purchased through Van Ness. I'm generally really liking that ink, and it just varies depending on if I'm writing on the Cosmo, which is what this is, or Tomoe River paper. It seems a little bit different, but I'm liking it on both, and it went down on here like super saturated, super wet, really fun, and you can see some shading in there, especially on the B there for the broad nib. I like this ink a lot. I finally took the ink that I had in one of my pens out. I had Alt Goldgrün and another TWSBI to compare this with Alt Goldgrün, and I just couldn't do it anymore, so I cleaned it out. So I have the same ink in two pens though, so I can compare two different types of pens, both broad nib, but definitely a different kind of nib. And then the TWSBI Eco, I just always put a color to signify which TWSBI I'm referring to, but I have Edelstein Olivine in that one. And I forgot that I didn't forget that I had it. I forgot how deep it was till just a couple days ago when I was swatching some colors. And this has been working very well in this pen and on the Cosmo paper and on the Tomoe River. I've had just a really pleasant writing experience. So I kind of I'm sensing, developing a sense for what I'm really enjoying. This is a super good match for me. It always writes broader on the Cosmo paper, but even on the Tomoe River paper, which is a great paper, the Edelstein Olivine is working super nice. So that's going to be probably one I steadily use. And then I keep going back to this Jade Noir, which is a sample I received. I don't know, can't remember if Donna, if you sent that to me, or if that's from Jen, or if I got that one somewhere else. I had to check my notes. Thank you to one of you ladies for sending it to me. Anyway, I think it was Jen. Anyhow, awesome. I just am never disappointed with this ink. And it's cool because it's a super dark green. I'm getting a little bit of shimmer, or sheen, I guess it is here. Kind of a pinkish, maybe red on this paper. And it always writes super wet. And I guess what I was trying to say is I like it because it's almost black, but it's green. So it's kind of a nice everyday color. It would work good for journaling or taking notes or something, like a functional color, but it's got some flair to it. Maybe that's how it seems to me, how it feels. And then this is the Leonardo Momento Zero. I've heard it called Blue Green. I've heard it called Venetian Blue Lagoon. It's listed different places differently, but in the box that I got, it said Venetian Blue Lagoon. But so they tweaked the nib for me, sent it back. It works amazingly, and this is inked with Pilot Iroshizuku Kujaku, and I love it. Every time I write with this, it's super satisfying. I love it. It's been very, very good. And then, of course, this is inked up, which I think I mentioned, and then we will ink this one up. So I will go ahead and put some of the, what am I saying? The, got to find it here so I get the right one. Karub de Chypre, I don't know. I'm going to put that in here, and then we'll be right back. Okie dokie, I'm back, and this pen is inked up, and so are my fingertips and fingers. Anyway, let's try this out. Coming out really wet. Sometimes I've had this like come out huge, like a huge blob. The other day I was trying out the Vinta Fortaleza, and it came out in a couple big puddles. So I don't know if it was my pen or the ink, but this looks like maybe I just still have a lot in the nib from filling it. I don't know. Anyway, let's try it out. So this is going on super saturated Kaweco Golden Espresso. This is a broad nib. I mean, it's like coming out, like gushing out. You can see it's quite broad of a line. And I do like that. I love the feel of writing when it's like that. And that's why I especially enjoy the Jade Noir and my Kujaku in the pens that they're in. Some of these other ones, I get such an inconsistent experience. In the Kawecos, I love how they write, but I have had a lot of trouble, I guess, with them running dry. And again, referred to this earlier, but some have said it might be the feed not being able to keep up with the speed in which I am writing. So let's just say, sorry for reaching, let's see. I want to grab the, okay, it's the last one I'm grabbing. I just want to make sure I spell the ink right. And you know what? This is not the Rusty Anchor. I remember that's a different title. If you know, feel free to comment below, but I will also look it up when I'm done filming this on the translation of that name. The other one was like, had Doncre in it. So as you can see, I need to really buckle down on studying my French. I have been trying actually, but whoops, got a little extra doodad in there. I'm not seeing the shimmer, and Kim did remind me to shake it before inking it up, and I don't know if I remembered to do that. So I may need to put that back in the vial and re-ink it, because I'm not seeing, well, I am seeing a little bit of shimmer, but it should have more, as I showed you here. But I'm eager to try out this brown. I haven't, it's got a lot of little shimmer in there, which is really pretty. Would be really fun to write a letter with that, I think, or something in my commonplace book. So yeah, I can see some shimmer as I do this, but probably not as much as if I had remembered to shake it. So I'm probably going to drain that back into the vial, shake it up, and do that again. But that gives you an idea of what it looks like as it dries. It's a nice rich brown. Makes me think of milk chocolate, kind of. Anyway, that's all for now. I said quick, and as you can see, it didn't go quick, but that's because I decided just to tell you a little bit about my currently inked pens and the experience I'm having with these. This is a very nice scaled down, tested assortment. I don't have my Laguna in here. I want to play around again with my Ancient Copper. But as far as some of these greens go, I've figured out some that I have that I like, whoopsie, and don't like quite as well. It's just an ongoing thing, but I'm really liking discovering super good combinations. So like I know anytime I put Jade Noir in one of my TWSBIs, I'm going to like writing with it. And I was trying to figure out then which of the pens would be good for this ink sample, the Ventilati, but I'm not sure if I'm going to buy that because I feel like I do have enough green inks. But I will play around with it some more. And there's no need to buy, just if I'm so wowed by it that I have to buy an ink or feel like it would be different enough to add to my selection of inks, I may do that. You can see these are three quite different greens. So it just depends on what one wants, but if I could pick an ideal green color, it might be this, but I'd like it to write a little bit more like one of these. So anyway, that's all. Hope that was of interest to somebody. It's it's going to be fun writing with these, and I need to like use them up and scale back down. I think my best setup is maybe 3 or 4 inked pens tops where they can fit in my little Lockbee case. 2 here, 2 here. And I usually put this little guy here to make room for the bigger pens inside, but I'm just a little bit beyond that, I guess. I don't know. I've got 2 extra than I would like to have, but it's okay. Right, it's only pens. Not the end of the world if I have too many pens inked up. Okay, well that's all for now. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye.